So ITM started its industry affairs activity through the official formation of the Industry Affairs Working Party in 2006. And as a not-for-profit organisation, it's not something that we can throw thousands and thousands of pounds at. Effectively, it has to be something that we make decisions on what's appropriate for the membership, what's going to make the most difference to the buyer community, and then we engage as many volunteers as possible to help us to engage with the right stakeholders.
As ITM's first ever Industry Affairs Working Party chairman, we had a very successful first year. We took an opportunity to talk to the buyer members, understand their requirements, and from those discussions we went away and we created some positional statements. We also found out from the members that ITM have been viewed as being excellent at doing things for the members, but not being very good at promoting what we do and telling them what we do. So one of the key deliverables for last year was to communicate with the members and tell them exactly what we've been doing. The role is both reactive and proactive. It's about understanding what's happening in the industry and the impact that it has on our buyer members. As part of this role, we engaged with some senior members in government and we met with them at Portcullis House. Part of that was to get the message across about ITM, what we do for the industry and for our buyer members, and also to understand what they need from us to get in front of some senior politicians.
Taking a buyer-focused position is really important for us as an organisation. It actually means that we have real clarity in the positions that we take. And that means that sometimes we're taking positions which for suppliers in the short term can be difficult for them to accept. But our belief is that if we take a very focused buyer position, a consumer position on each and every issue, it's actually in the long-term interests of the supplier community as well. And so it's very beneficial for the industry.
One example of the work that we undertook was supporting the German buyer community when they had some serious issues with the Lufthansa Preferred Fares programme. We went over to Germany, we attended a customer hearing, and we put the views of the UK members forward as well. The key message that we got across at the customer hearing was that the ITM fully supports the full content and requires all of our suppliers to give full content to enable us to manage the programmes better. Another aspect that we undertook was engaging very early on with British Airways in their recent negotiations with the GDS suppliers. We put our position down that we understood it was a commercial exercise and we wouldn't want to impact on that, but we needed to make sure that the British Airways agreement with the suppliers was satisfactory for all of our members.
I think the work that we did on the BA Virgin Fuel surcharge process, which we were recognised for in the industry, is a really perfect example of how effective our industry affairs work can be. Essentially, the issues that were arising from that process simply came about through comments from buyers in forums that we were undertaking, and we very quickly realised there was a real issue in the process of the refunds, and that buyers weren't getting what they needed from the lawyers engaged and the administrators engaged in that process. So all we did was simply contact those lawyers, get them on the phone with a couple of buyers, help them understand what the issues were, and very quickly we were able to start changing the processes of those refund applications. And that meant that within 2 to 3 weeks buyers were getting back exactly what they needed to be able to understand if they were getting the right refunds, and that translated to actual thousands of pounds back on their bottom line. And that for me is a perfect illustration of how reactive and fast our industry affairs work can be.
As the new chair of Industry Affairs, I'm really looking forward to the forthcoming years. In terms of my objectives, I think these are really clear. The role of the buyer, travel policy owners are very complex today. I want to ensure that we're debating the real issues, none more so than the topic of unbundling. Really what I want to do is ensure that we have a seat at the table. I want to ensure that we're engaging our suppliers, and most importantly, I want to ensure that ITM is the voice of the buyer and travel policy owner.